Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy and we're back with another video. Really pleased to say that today we're sponsored by Torchlight Infinite, which has recently launched into open beta. It's a new ARPG, a lot of fun, and I'm hoping today to convince you to give it a try. Now, it's been a brand new experience for me. I didn't play any of the closed betas for this game. In fact, I've only recently picked it up. I've never played a Torchlight game before. So I've got a completely brand new, fresh set of eyes, fresh perspective on this. And hopefully that, combined with my casual take on ARPGs, means that you'll be able to use the information that we're going to talk about today, kind of like a brief little overview of what I've found my experience to be so far, to make a decision as to whether this is something that you want to give a go. Probably only about 10 hours in at the moment, but it's clear even at this stage the game's got an awful lot to offer, and it has been, most importantly, a lot of fun. So I guess starting at the beginning, you've got 5 classes to choose from. I've played mostly the Beserker, which is very reminiscent of the Barbarian from Diablo 3. So we've got a leap attack, which I really love for getting around the map and doing a lot of damage. We've got obviously close range abilities, war cries, shouts, whirlwind I've just recently unlocked. It's been a lot of fun. We've got rage meter. When that gets up to max, we do more damage, which is really fun. Tanky class and that kind of thing. I've also played the Gunslinger, which is kind of like a ranged dual pistol character, although you can also get a pretty big meaty long range weapon as well, which has been very nice. I have also played the Dwarf, which is the minion summoner class, for a little bit as well. Haven't tried either of them ages, but honestly I would quite like to go back and play those, and that's something that I've got to look forward to. What I would say is there's a nice mix of playstyles here. We've obviously got the melee character, we've got the ranged, we've got the summoner, and we've got a couple of mages. So whichever your kind of archetypal playstyle that you like in ARPGs, I think you're going to be covered here. I think ultimately the fundamental question for this game is it fun? Yeah, that's the number one thing always for a game. 100% yes. Combat is very fast and very fluid. We've got a nice variety of mob types. We've been fighting with mutated demons, we've been fighting with skeletons, we've been fighting with robots. Just a real nice mix of stuff, which has been pretty good. So yeah, that has been an awful lot of fun. We've got elite enemies, we've got mini bosses, and actually the main big bosses that you get a couple per chapter in the story have actually been really good, really interesting encounters, interesting mechanics, and just visually look really, really good. The game is not a pushover. You will die a few times. I've died plenty of times on the bosses. Sometimes they will one-shot you. Some of the mechanics, obviously, you have to learn. You can even just die fighting other enemies, particularly as the Beserker, because I've picked a skill that allows me to do extra damage, but I take extra incoming damage, and if you pop that at the wrong point, you can get yourself into a bit of trouble. But what I do like about the game is even if it does kill you, it tells you exactly why you died, which is very nice. And then you can just get back straight into the fight. And in particular bosses, if you do get one shot by one of them, you can just jump straight back into the fight. The boss will have maybe regened a little bit of health, but not much. You've lost a little bit of XP from dying, but you're straight back into the fight. And I think that really does help with the kind of casual angle and casual perspective. Helps keep the pace of the game, I think, really, really good for us, because it doesn't mean that we're getting stuck anywhere. We can get onto the next level, onto the next encounter, which is a lot of fun. The PC client has been smooth as absolute butter. Graphics have been very crisp, just so incredibly polished, which is really good. Come across no glitches, no errors, a couple of typos maybe in some of the text from the characters, but in 10 hours haven't found anything to complain about or wrong, so definitely a thumbs up. Okay, so I'm saying it's fun. What about building a character? Because obviously ARPGs, we've got, is the game fun to kill monsters? 100% yes on that. We then move on to how fun is it to build a character? And I think if actually we just jump into in the game, and I'll just kind of talk you through some of the systems that we've got here. The basic skill system is actually quite interesting, because we've got here 5 active skills that obviously we unlock these slots over time. We can map these to our various buttons. The main skill goes in the middle here, Game gives you a pretty good description of what it is that it does, and as you level up you get energy, so it's roughly 1 energy per level for your character, and you can spend those energy points unlocking extra nodes. So as you unlock skills, as you rank them up, see like here on this swiftness, I haven't quite got this ranked up enough to open up this node, but when I do, you can then pick a support skill to go in it. So we've got 5 active skills, 3 passive ones, and then each node past the first one you have to put more energy into getting it. So it's 10 energy to unlock node 2 here, instant restoration, and then if I wanted to do this third node it would be 15. So I've kind of had to play around with a few skills. I think on hindsight I probably would like to have fully maxed out leap attack, because that's the one that I seem to enjoy the most. But it's a nice bit of flexibility here. You can go all 3 nodes into the first couple of skills if you want to, and not really spend anything on your others, or you can go for 2 nodes on each. Really nice because it tells you exactly what they do. So you can go for faster cast rate and cast speed, attack speed on your leap attack. You can go for 100% chance to gain hardened, and I love the way the game underlines anything that is mechanically based, so you can just basically click on it, it'll tell you exactly what it does. So for instance, I've got a 100% chance when I do my leap attack to gain hardened, and that is 25% damage reduction. So as long as I'm leap attacking, I'm going to get some damage reduction, which is pretty nice. The number of skills in this game is absolutely mind-boggling. So this is all of them as we scroll down. As we can see, we've got absolutely plenty. These are all the support ones that we've got. If we want to change one of the main skills, there's just so many here. All these skills. Again, I like the fact that it comes up with red and says, look, you can only do this one with 2-handed axes, 2-handed hammers and staves. So there's tons of skills that you can stick on your bar. There's absolutely loads of support stuff. I mean, there's so many you can actually filter them out. You know, if you let's say you've got a you want to know about all the different war cries, well, there you go. You can check them out. So the skill system just in and of itself is going to be very deep, because each active skill can be mixed with a litany of support skills. So it's a bit like the gemming system, I guess, in Path of Exile. And then again, we've got these 3 support skills. Now, I've actually capped my mana off by 68%, picking the things that I have. So it doesn't really look like I've got much mana. But if we jump in to the next system, which is the talent system, which is kind of like a passive tree, I'll be able to talk you through why that's not a problem for me. But again, this is cool. This is something you select. So you unlock these as you go. You get up to 3 talent trees. So we've got God of Might and Brave are the 2 that I've chosen. And this is very reminiscent of Last Epoch, if you've played that. So the idea is as you play, you unlock points and you progress towards the right-hand side of this. So at 18 points, you can start to unlock these later nodes. Now, any nodes that are connected with the line, you have to do the prerequisite ones first. And there's a good mix of stuff in here. We've got attack speed, we've got attack damage, life regen, armor, all sorts of different things. You can go down, have a look at all of them, and you can really do a flexible character as to how you want to do it. Again, you can also pick main skills for this talent tree. So once you get enough points invested, you get to pick one. So this is a really interesting one. Elimination. We basically kill anything with 18% life or under 18% life on hit. Excellence, like a curse, like a juiced up curse on Diablo 3, which is really nice. And I think, is it on this tree or is it on this one? I've got one of these does regen mana when I hit, and maybe it was on this tree. And it's really, really useful, because what it means is that I can just hit and get mana back. Where is it? I've definitely picked this somewhere. There we are. Medium talent. 6% attack speed and 5 mana restored on hit. So that means that I can just, as my mana goes down now, while I'm not hitting anything, if any of the gameplay footage you've seen, the mana just gets instantly regenerated whenever I hit something, which is absolutely lovely. So that's quite a deep system. You've got 3 of these trees to do, more points, more things to unlock, which is pretty cool. But it doesn't stop there. We've also got our hero trait, which is the kind of the rage meter. So again, you've got options to pick here. It tells you all about what happens with the Berserk, what the burst mechanic is. So again, more choices as you level your character up to 80. Which one of these things do you want to pick to tailor that hero to be your own. We've got a pack system here. Again, this isn't one I've looked into terribly, but we add a pet to it, and then we can start making these choices as we level up. So, you know, we can go for XP, we can go for elemental resistance, we can go for damage, minion damage, and as you move onto the outer circle, these nodes get more and more powerful. So again, another really nice way of customizing your character. So all in all, in terms of skills, in terms of passives, there's seems like an awful lot of flexibility and customization to go for, and that really is the name of the game. Now, the final thing really, I think, in terms of building out a character in the for an ARPG is going to be the loot. Really, obviously very hard to judge that after 10 hours. What I would say is the legendaries do drop in the game. I have found plenty of them. There's not so many that it's overwhelming, so it does feel really good to find one. And again, I think on the playthrough it seems like a fairly nice constant pace of upgrades, and again it tells you what all the gear does. If you just click on it, it'll say this gives you sealed mana, you know, and obviously that's where it restricts the mana for you. There's crafting systems, corroded updates, there's just so much in this game, as I say, that I can see for 10 hours, and I haven't even finished the story yet and got to endgame. So all in all, I think it's a really big thumbs up. I've massively enjoyed my time playing it. As I say, 10 hours, I'm quite keen to crack on and see what the game has got to offer in the future. I hope the gameplay that I've shown looks fun. I hope you are interested in the game. Thank you again to Torchlight for sponsoring the video. And yeah, let me know whether you give it a try. Let me know whether you like it. I think it's going to be some pretty fun and probably completely bonkers builds you'll be able to make with all the bits and bobs in this game. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Take it easy. Peace.